Hello and welcome to another Arkeys video and to a new time trial on Gran Turismo. Wait a minute, can we please get rid of that flimsy intro music and get on some proper music? After all, this is the Valkyrie. That's better. So this is the new 2 million credits time trial, and this is a tough one. It's a tricky car, very fast, and you have to manage an overtake button as well. And for a road car fan like me, this is a tough one. But let's get straight into it and see if I can get that gold. So this is Friday morning, the day after we got the new update and the day after the new time trial went live. I'm collecting my prize from the Watkins Glen time trial and jumping into the Aston Martin Valkyrie ride. Let's see what I can do with this one. I have been watching a guide or two to pick up some brake markers and see what to do with this car, but still doing it yourself is a completely different story. So far I've made it as far as the hairpin, but I get too much wheel spin. The car goes on the grass and spins around and running wide before even getting to the start-finish line. Well, third attempt to put in a lap. Maybe this is the lucky one. Sneaking around turn 1 in 4th gear, applying the overtake button, and let's see if I can pick the right brake marker for the hairpin right at the start of the curb. I think let's get the car slowed down and all the way up to 3rd gear and trying to manage the wheel spin. That wasn't actually too bad considering it's one of my first attempts. It's really a tricky corner to get the power down. I think nope, I'm not overcooking it this time. All the way up to 4th gear. That was a Mr. MCA tip to try to use 4th gear in that corner. So I'm just trying to remember some of the stuff I saw in the lap guides. We are coming around the infield part of Red Bull Ring, and let's see if we can get around the final 2 corners. I don't really know where to brake for this one, and that was maybe a bit too late. Let's just stay on the track, not pick up a penalty. Up to 4th gear for the exit, and we are across the line in a 1:21.456 right. And shortly after that, at the very same hairpin, I am spinning out again. So let's see where we are at. I'm not even at a silver yet, so we just have to load a ghost now and keep going. So let's see if I can keep up with this guy. I probably can't. You can see just coming out of turn 1, he's just driving off into the distance while I struggle to get the power down. And the same thing goes for the hairpin. Let's see. That's actually not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. But when I'm coming down the hill towards this corner, I think I'm braking too late. Yeah, I might be running in a bit deep. It could have been worse, but definitely you can see the ghost running away big time again. But we are just staying in. This is still at the early stages of me trying to figure out how to drive this silly car. It's a tricky one. Up to 4th gear, try to get on the power and the overtake button as well. Maybe I can pick a proper braking point. Nope. In fact, now I remember I end up completely messing up the final corners. Total slidey drift show going on, but despite that chaos at the end, it's still a 1:20.5, and I'm 20 kilometers into the time trial now, and once again immediately afterwards spinning at the very same spot. Now I've driven 25 kilometers further into the time trial without any progress, but on this lap we had some progress again. Not the best exit out of turn 1 though. Let's see what I can do about the hairpin up to 3rd gear, sneaking on the power. Now I am scared of both the throttle and the overtake button, so I get a bad exit. You can see the ghost running away from me big time. And this time I'm definitely running too deep into this corner, getting a bad exit. But remember that last time I got a time in, I made a complete mess of the final corners, so there must be a lot of time gained there, even though the rest of the lap being a bit scruffy. And it's a 1:20.026. We are 20 minutes in, still a long way to go. So we carry on. Once again, coming into turn 1, all the way down to 2nd gear, up to 4th gear, and a bit of a sketchy exit, and I'm a bit late on the overtake button, and the Ghost was running away. Coming around the hairpin, this time I'm doing a better job. I managed to get on the overtake button right at the end of 3rd gear, and the Ghost isn't running as far away, but I got a bit too excited, so I'm running deep into that corner. Once again, I lost count of how many times I did that, also on laps I didn't record, but we are staying on. Can I? Nope, not even getting close to that apex. A bit too deep. How about this one? Yeah, that's a bit better. Let's try to straight line this as much as possible and pick the right brake marker so I don't run too wide into the final corners. Yeah, that was maybe a bit too narrow. Final corner, using a bit of 2nd gear up to 4th gear and get on the overtake button over the line, and this is a 1:19.344. So we are getting somewhere now. And I am afraid I missed turn 1. But it's still a silver time, so we have to keep at it. I've still got some time left, a few more improvements, but still not enough for gold. And now my time is actually up. I've used my usual hour, but I would really like to get that gold. So this is my final attempt, braking at the start of the curve roughly, and trying to get a straight line out of turn 1 so I can get down the power in 4th gear and coming up towards the hairpin, also known as turn 3, weirdly enough. And let's see if I can get down the power, being very cautious and sneaking onto the overtake button as well. I think we are okay so far, at least compared to my previous times. Not running deep finally into this corner, up to 4th gear, get on the overtake button, and maybe I can find the apex on this left-hander. Getting closer, a bit closer. That was the best I could do with that one. And into the final S's here. Up to, no, I forgot to go up to 4th gear, but we are all right still. And now the final corners. Make sure I don't run wide and pick up a penalty, and brake early enough for the final corner, just using 3rd gear this time. And we are powering towards the finish line and get across the line in a 1:18.376. I honk the horn and just smash straight into the wall, because I am done with this for now. I know my time isn't particularly amazing, but I just hope this one will stick throughout the period of this time trial. Otherwise, I will have to go back and improve it. I hope you found this video entertaining, maybe even somewhat useful. At least you could have a laugh at a road car guy trying to figure out this tricky car. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.